mental space restrictions. A fifth and final thing that we might feel we don't have enough of to make the progress we might ideally like is mental space. And not having enough mental space is something I've heard progressively more frequently over the last 2 or 3 years. I don't think 5 or 10 years ago I ever heard anyone say they didn't have the mental space for something, but it's very much become a term that we use. And yet again, I get it. I get we've got a lot on. I get there's a lot in our heads. But as with some of the questions earlier in the week, it doesn't need to be the end of the conversation. It can be the start of the conversation. As with, if we don't have enough time to do something, we could ask what we do have enough time for. If we genuinely don't think we have enough mental space for something, we could ask what we do have enough mental space for. The answer isn't automatically because we don't have enough mental space to eat like a nutritionist and to train several times a week, that we don't have the mental space to do any of that at all. We could just make some better food choices that are relatively easy to do. We could just do whatever exercise or whatever other adjustments to our lifestyle that we feel we have got the mental space for. There will be adjustments we can make that require little to no additional mental space. They're just decisions, just things we can choose to do. Does it really require more mental space to make yourself a smaller portion of something? Does it really require more mental space to put something different in your online click and collect food order? I don't think so. I think when we switch off to it because we feel we've got too much on and not enough mental space, that's when it becomes a problem. So in short, if you don't have enough mental space for something, that's fine. What do you have enough mental space for? What version of that can you do? And what things are there that you could do that don't require additional use of mental space?